Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Dr. Lori and
JDP, and you are excellent.
And today we are filming our third episode of Busting the Myths of Coaching with Pankti Klilawala, ACC, EMCC, FIA, Executive Coach Extraordinaire. So Coach's Corner is about coaching by coaches. It's a bit of an inside baseball perspective on coaching, if you will. You know, there's a lot of myths and conceptions when it comes to coaching because it's often conflated with mentoring, training, consulting, and even therapy. But each is different and each has its place. And there are very dedicated professionals who can provide support at different stages of your career. But coaching is different. And it's different in this respect. It's a partnership with you, with a client, in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires the client, that inspires you to maximize your professional and personal potential.
Fun fact, Lori. According to the ICF, 80% of coaches 80% of people who receive coaching report an increase of self-confidence. And over 70% say that it improves their work performance, relationships, and communication skills. So what does this mean for today's episode?
Well, JDP, we're back, as I mentioned, with an amazing executive coach, Pankti Klilawala, who, by the way, recently shared a post on LinkedIn that's gaining a lot of attention, talking about the top 10 myths of executive coaching. And today is the third and final installment of a multi-part series where we will take a deep dive into those myths. And if you happen to miss those earlier episodes, the link to the earlier episodes is in the commentary below.
We here at URXcellent are thrilled to welcome Pankti Klilawala, Coach Extraordinaire, and Pankti, welcome to Coach's Corner.
No, thank you for having me again. It's been a pleasure.
Pankti, we got to know a little bit about you in episodes 1 and 2. And before we jump in, for anybody who might not know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So hi, everyone. I'm Pankti Klilawala. I'm a leadership coach. I am an ex-actuary, and I'm a mom to 2 amazing girls. I'm very passionate about bringing coaching to people who require it but do not have access to it, is what I call myself. So it's the middle management that gets most of the brunt in terms of workload but doesn't get the support that they need to succeed. So I call myself as a coach who will empower high achievers to step up and become effective leaders. And that's my sweet spot in coaching, and that's who I really want to help.
That's awesome. And I salute you for this because so many companies routinely provide coaching services to their senior executives. But as coaches, we know that a sweet spot for impact, for ROI, is exactly the managers you're talking about.
Pankti, you've published one of my favorite articles of the year, which is the top 10 myths of coaching. You guys, you can find this on LinkedIn. The description, the link will be in the description. But today we want to cover the last 3, 8, 9, and 10. So let me kick this off with myth 8. Coaching is expensive and unaffordable. Pankti, set us straight.
Yes, sure. Again, I think this is a very subjective matter. I am based in the UK, so I will give you a background about the UK coaching rates. And
so that's interesting because I'm located in the US in New Jersey, and Lori?
I am located in the Chicago area.
Okay, there we are. International.
Yes, so I guess you can add some flavor on the coaching rates in the US. But in the UK, coaching will start anywhere between £50 per session to thousands of pounds, right? I think what the main thing is, you need to think of coaching as an investment. It's an investment in yourself. Yes, you're paying the coach, but you're paying the coach for the transformation that they will help you get with coaching. And First of all, you need to find out what your budget is, how much you're willing to spend for that transformation. And then look for an accredited coach within that budget. I am sure you will find many because like I said, coaches range. The range is very widespread. And if you don't, then I think you need to ask yourself if a coach is charging a little more than what you expect. Why is it that? Why should you be going to that coach and what is the impact? Look at the testimonials, look at what they have provided other clients. And if that's what you want, then you should just look at it as an investment in yourself that is going to come back. The ROI on coaching is very high, whether it's for individuals or organizations, for anyone.
The bottom line here, it's an investment in self. And the way I couch it is much in the same way that you would go and acquire a hard skill, maybe how to program in a specific language, database skills, speaking skills, right? This is that investment, but it's an investment in yourself, right? To extract and to be able to recognize, tap, and extract that superpower that you have lurking inside of you. That's the way I think of it.
Yes, definitely.
I love that framing, JDP, to unlock the superpower that's inside you. Coaching is more about power skills / soft skills than hard skills per se, which is touched on more by mentoring. Okay, let's jump into number 9. And I really like this because I hear this a lot from a lot of people that I talk about. Coaching is a sign of weakness. I only need to seek out coaching if I'm having a problem, or coaching is only strongly recommended for me if something isn't going right in my role or my organization. Set us straight.
I mean, I think it's very unfortunate, right? We live in a world where you are expected to be capable and successful on your own without seeking any external help. That's like an expectation, unrealistic expectation that people set on themselves. It has something to do with social media and just showing the positive, but let's not get there. If we go back and see most of the famous people in the world in any fields, whether it's sports, whether it's politics, whether it's business, they all have reached the zenith of their success with help, external help. And I would add and say most of them have had coaches, right? Bill Gates, Serena Williams, Mark Zuckerberg, anyone. I mean, everyone who's been successful or is known has had external help, and coaches is one of them. It is not a sign of weakness, is what I would say. Coaching can work for people who are already successful and who want to go to the next level. It is also available to people who feel they're not there, they're not confident enough, they're not comfortable enough. They don't know the answers, but they want help to get and do better, be a better version of themselves. So coaching works for all ends and all spectrums. I think the fact is, it is not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength because you're coming forward and saying or owning up to the fact that, yes, you're not where you want to be and you're willing to do the hard work. Look within, go deep within yourself and make those changes that you need to make to get you where you want to be. What a coach is, I would say, and I think everyone needs someone when they reach a stage in their life who will listen to them in a non-judgmental way. I mean, who would not want that? Someone who will sit there, listen to you talk, not judge you, ask you those right questions, and be an accountability partner, be your guide, be your support. Help you declutter everything that's going on in that little brain of yours so you can prioritize and work on what's really important for you. Coaches help you look at your values to see whether you're in alignment with your values. I think that's a very big thing. A lot of people quit their job. I'm talking with some of the people I work with and what I know. Or quit relationships for that matter, only because it doesn't sit in with their value system. How amazing it would be if everyone went up, looked at their values first, worked with a coach to see what they wanted. It would really be a very better and productive. I don't want to say productive, but that's the word I can say right now, find right now, life that you can lead.
I love this explanation. And I love your mention of social media, right? It looks so easy when we look at other people doing this, right? We're expected to do this and it looks so easy. But I saw something also on LinkedIn that even the great Simon Sinek, who we all look up to and we all think is a genius, he made a post about his coach.
Exactly.
And I thought to myself, well, if Simon can have a coach, then we all can benefit from a coach, just like Serena Williams, Simon Sinek, or anybody else. So thank you for that perspective.
No, I think you reframe. Coaching is a sign of success. If you want to be successful, you need to coach.
Pankti, I want to bring up something that a lot of people don't talk about. In certain communities, therapy is a sign of weakness. And we're talking about coaching being a sign of weakness. That means that it carries a stigma. Where I'm from, it's like, looking at therapy, somebody say, hey, man, why don't you go talk to a therapist? And be like, I ain't crazy. I'm going to talk to a therapist. I'm not crazy. So the same day, they go, hey, man, you might want to use a coach. But I know what I'm doing. I don't need no coach. Pankti, set us straight on the stigma.
Yes, I think mental health is being a stigma, right? There is a stigma attached to it, but coaching is not therapy. There are different qualifications that you need, and I don't think any of us over here have those qualifications to be a therapist or help you in that capacity. The first main difference is therapy will look at your past. They will dig into the past to uncover whatever problems or issues that were there and solve them so you can move ahead. Coaching is forward focused. You start where you are. You know what I always use when someone comes to me and they ask me more about coaching is this analogy. Like you're here, you're standing here. This is point A. This is point B. This is the point where you want to get to. Coaching is the bridge. It's the bridge that will get you from point A to point B. You're not going to look back into your past. We're not even turning around or doing that. So the only time you might think about your past is when someone wants to say, okay, when was the last time you felt confident, for example? Because I'm sure everyone has at some point in their life. So it's picking out the best of your past to help you do the same thing for your future. Pass that bridge to go from point A to point B. So coaching is definitely not therapy. And I think you have a place for everything. I work with a client who has a therapist, who has a coach, who has a personal trainer for their health, everything. So coaching has a place within the spectrum of the external help that is available to you in this day and age to achieve your results in a better way or live the life of your dream is what people say. It's very cliche, but it is that what it is. That is what it is.
So Pankti, you just addressed myth 10.
Yes.
Really, in a sense, because the myth is coaching is the same as therapy.
Mm.
And from what I gather, what you said is therapy looks back, and it's like that book in Oprah's book club. It's like this book that says what happened to you, which is a real focus on generational trauma, right?
Yes.
And we're really past looking and try to understand the root cause of your trauma and to help you move forward. But coaching, you said, looks at the present forward, and it's that bridge from where you are to where you want to be. I'm just, if you could just clarify for us a little bit more.
Sure. So, I mean, like when you go to a coach, right, you will go with, the coach will ask you, what do you want from this session? Or what do you want from coaching? It's a focused goal that you're going to set for yourself. And then the coach will dive deep into the success measures to get you there. What is it? Make yourself aware of what is stopping you from reaching or achieving that goal. And then once you become self-aware, you will find solutions saying, okay, I should not be doing that. Maybe I should be doing this. And then move forward. They will ask you more questions which you will not, because sometimes a lot of people think, oh, I can coach myself. It's very easy. Yes, I just need to figure out what I need to do. It's not there, because that's not where coaching stops. They will ask you what's going to stop you from doing that. Because if you knew you could do it, you would have gone and done it. You would not be still in that situation, right? So it's giving that push. It's being that accountability partner. It's being that sounding board where you can just talk. When some people just want to come and talk. You just want someone to listen to them. That is what coaches bring. They bring that active listening skill, which is an ICF requirement, isn't it? Where they will listen to you. They will pick out on things which you think are not important and ask you questions about it, because that is where your answers lie a lot of the times. So they will help you really come up with an action plan that is going to work for you, because you have decided that is what you want to do, and you will get that motivation. That's why your psychology, when you become successful, it's the dopamine that gets released. That makes you happy and you really want to keep going. That is what happens. And that is what gets unlocked, which you can't do on your own. That is why you need that external help, going back to the myth now.
Awesome, Pankti. Thank you so much for that.
Before we kind of jump into the end of this, I just want to bring up one point that you said that was really important, and that is that the three of us are not trained therapists, right? We have different training. And part of our ICF ethics requirements are that if we see that there is an issue that would best be served by a referral to a therapist, that it is our obligation to make that referral and help the client find the resources they need. And I just wanted all of our viewers to know that we're not going to try to pretend to be something that we're not. But if we see that you need support in a different way, we're going to help you get that support.
Yeah, I don't even play a therapist on TV.
It's a good point you raised, Lori. It's because recently I had a client who came to me and they thought they could get away with the fact that they didn't need a therapist, but a coach could help them. And I had to stop them and say, look, I will not be able to take you forward because what I recommend that you need is therapy. Coaching is not the solution to the problem you're looking to solve. So I think a lot of the coaches, especially the accredited ones, will say that very clearly. They are not qualified to help you as a parent.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. And hey, before we wrap things up, I know that you have some exciting things coming up this fall, and I'd love to hear more about that.
Yes, sure. So I am going to, this is my first time doing a group program called Step Up for Success. So it's a group program aimed at anyone who's been promoted into that mid-management level, who wants to get more comfortable, learn the skills of managing teams effectively, communication, delegation, just how to step up to be the leader that they need to be to get to the next level or be comfortable in their current role. And it's going to be a group coaching that I'm going to be opening up starting in September. And I'm going to throw in a special one-on-one coaching session with me at the end of that training as well. It's going to be a very small group. I'm looking for a maximum of 8 to 10 people to go through this. And it will be a lot of work. It doesn't mean that if someone can't join a live call in the group coaching session that they miss out. I will be present with them at the start of the week. There'll be something at the end of the week. Everything will be recorded. There'll be workbooks that will be given out, tools for them to take, and values, what I was talking about. That's going to be one of the main things that I'm going to start off with, because the goals that we're going to set for the coaching or what the client wants to achieve we'll make sure it's in alignment with their values, because then only I know it's going to be successful. So all of that is going to come out in September. So if anyone is interested to find out more, please book in a call with me. There will be a link. I will send you my booking link as well, or message me or reach out on LinkedIn. My website's available as well to have a chat. Just come and have a chat and I can tell you more details about it. Also, because I'm going to be running a special early bird discount in the month of July. So anyone who books before the end of July will get 40% off, which means it will only be £300 for the entire group program plus a one-to-one session with me. Otherwise,
Wow.
the price goes up to £500.
Say, Pankti, and just for your information, all of that stuff will be in the description below, and you'll certainly be able to reach out to Pankti through her socials, which are also included in the description. Lori?
I was going to say, it sounds like a great program. It sounds really structured and a good way to sort of dip your toe into coaching, way to manage the cost, as we talked about, and get the support of not just you, Pankti, but the other people, the cohort of people that are with. So
exactly.
Cool idea. Check it out. I want to say thank you today. You have really, for today and for our prior 2 sessions, you've really demystified some of the big myths that are out there around coaching. And you've just, I just want to thank you for setting us straight and providing us so many examples, tying in your neuroscience background and helping our viewers to understand that coaches like you are people who are there to support them and help them grow and take those steps across the bridge forward to where they want to go.
And Pankti, I really appreciate the fact that you brought it in a real way. that's accessible for our viewers, right? Because again, we're talking to our audience about people who are on the fence about coaching, who really don't necessarily equate coaching with as I mentioned earlier, like a hard skill, right? Because from a technological perspective, a hard skill is great today, but it gets stale over time. Where coaching it doesn't get stale because it's all about self-improvement.
Yes, no, definitely. Thank you. It was a pleasure being here. I'm so happy I could discuss this with someone and talk to people and make coaching more accessible for anyone who wants it.
Awesome.
So friends, make sure you follow Pankti Klilawala on LinkedIn for more amazing information. Make sure you check out her top 10 list there and make sure you follow her. Her information will be down below. So this has been Coach's Corner, Your Excellence Coach's Corner. I'm Dr. Lori Feldman, and this is
JDP. And always remember, you are excellent. We'll see you next time. Bye.